isn't on YouTube. They don't follow me. I don't know them. I just
Can you see the saved on my shirt? It's an oldie but a goodie. I busted it out just for this episode.
I'm not going to talk about my shirt because you're already crying about it.
What shirt?
It's a dress.
Barely.
I can't help that I've had 3 children and now I'm
you say stuff
thicker
like that,
than a
like,
Snicker.
Oh, everybody wears clothes and you pick the clothes that you wear.
Like I bought this dress.
I can't help.
I didn't know this is how it was going to fit me.
That don't cover.
This is the body I
my
have.
measurements, which I already knew that I had before I put the clothes on.
No, this
or
is my size.
Thereof.
It is what it is. I have legs.
That was your size before you got the clothes, right? You knew that was your size before you bought the clothes.
And the dress is my size. That I bought the dress this morning.
Yes, you bought it. You were very fully aware of how it looked on the hanger. And you were all like,
even if I knew,
I'm a little bit more than that hanger's got going on.
It was going to be.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab this dress.
It's my size.
It's a hanger. I have more than the hanger has going on. So if the hanger, it's all like, strap. That's probably going to be fine.
Ridiculous.
Stop trying to make excuses.
I'm not making excuses. Like, I really don't care.
I saw the dress and I thought, thought and plotting. Sign me.
That's not what happened. I don't thought or plot.
Sign me up. Sign me up. What do you call it?
I don't know what you're referring to. I just live my life.
I live my life. What kind of a life is that?
Let's start this show because I got stuff to do today. Because this is my last day off before I go back to my full-time job. So
is that why you got? I'm like, she was talking about she be working. I've been seeing you all the time.
I've had this whole week off, which I've told you at least 3 times. Oh. I've told you I had this whole week off. At least.
Maybe we could have done more episodes.
And as a matter of fact, I know I did because you was trying to go do whatever you was trying to do. And I was like, well, I need to wait. So I know that I have a paycheck coming because I'm not working this week.
Oh, okay. The not working this week Friday. I thought I was like, oh, you got to wait till payday. That's what I thought you were saying. Which for sure is what you were saying.
I know. I'm just saying I got some money.
So that's why you got the dress. Because you're like, the paycheck's taking too long. Let me wear this dress. That's crazy. You could just ask. I got home my sister. Like I'll be joking with the thought. And applying like it was actually like.
I'll be heading to Watt Avenue after this.
Oh my gosh. Is that where it goes down?
Allegedly, there's this girl that I go see. Allegedly. Well, that I used to go see with my old job.
You go see this girl on Watt Avenue?
Shut up. No.
Oh my gosh.
My old job.
Let me go get my holy water right now.
I would go do marketing and there was this girl we would go visit at the senior living place and she'd be like, I hate my job. But she would always joke about like, you think I made up an idea? Y'all about to see me on Watt Avenue. I've seen her 3 times and every time she's made the Watt Avenue jokes, I'm like, is that where it's popping at? Of what? And she was like, you never been over there? And I was like, well, not really anymore. Like, I don't ride the bus anymore. It's the last time I would go to Watt Avenue.
To the light rail.
Watt Man Love.
Watt Man Love, yeah, right. That's it.
I was like, but is that where they popping at? So I got that from her.
And then you went and got the dress and I was all like, well, I guess I'm
gonna go check it out.
About to see Shirley.
Gotta get that coin, please. I would wouldn't have to.
Okay, try Jesus. What's up? Oh, wait, is there more? What's up? I'm Z.
Actually, I'm Z.
I was Z first.
It really doesn't matter because I'm definitely the better Z.
Get out of here.
And we're here to spill some tea. And if you don't want to hear our tea, then DeuceZ.
DeuceZ, the name of the show. Let's get into the tea.
You got that part down. Good job. Let's just dive right in. I want to talk about Dr. Rachael. I want to talk about big girl Ray Gunn from the Olympics. Because I low-key deep dive this a tiny bit. Like I didn't deep dive because I got time for all that. But I for sure
a tiny bit.
I like mid-dived. Okay. Because I for surely thought Australia was trolling us. I was like, this is funny. Australia is pranking us and trolling us all the way to the Olympics. This is huge. I was like waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for someone to come out and be like, all right, you guys got us. We didn't really have anybody. So, you know what I mean? And that didn't happen. So then that led me to her Instagram. And like, yeah, no, she qualified back in November 23. And it's a whole situation. And she has like interviews about her love for breaking. And I'm just like, breaking what?
Breaking the internet.
Right. Because, ma'am, and people are like, oh, it's so mean. Her feelings are hurt. And I'm like, and that's why she even made it in the first place. People got to find a sweet spot between coddling and keeping it real. What's the sandwich? You got to do the sandwich. You know what? You have been doing such a great job, and we're so happy to have you. However, let's maybe improve on this. Like maybe you show up on time instead of 10 minutes late every day. But again, the other day, Susie told me that you were so helpful. You know what I mean? The sandwich, the positive, negative, positive. You can't just, everybody's great, because then you get people like B-Girl Ray Gunn in the Olympics, and she absolutely should not have been there.
I have only seen the stuff from the Olympics. And if she has a PhD in dance, which is what I've heard, then I feel like she has some skills in dancing. Like,
yeah, jazz.
It looked like she had, some technique, but it's just a creative choice that she made. And I applaud going all in. It's like, we're going to go hard. I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to keep the decision, and we're going to do it. And I feel like she did that. At a minimum, she did that. I feel like that it could have been a better decision. She was all in on what she was doing, for sure.
The way she was rolling on the floor.
How long was she going? Because from beginning to the end, she was all like, this is what we're going to do. And this is going to be it. This is going to be the movie. This is going to be the moment. This is the moment in Stomp the Yard. When he's on the elbow. This is my Stomp the Yard moment. And she went in there and she did it. And it was all like, okay.
It was very much giving Save the Last Dance. She does have a PhD in dance. Her background's jazz and something else, not hip hop. I guess her husband encouraged her to get into breaking. And here's the thing, though. I did scroll down on the Insta timeline, and there are some videos where I was like, all right, that ain't too bad.
That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah.
So I'm like, so why did she do that? It's not Olympic level, but it was better than what she did on the Olympics.
What is Olympic level breaking? Because it's the first time.
The homies on the corner who be breaking growing up, them dudes is Olympic level breaking.
Or the Asians that be...
I was going to say, or the Jabberwockies.
They be jump roping. Jabberwockies from Sacramento, by the way. I mean, and like Stockton, but they all from...
I didn't know that.
From out here.
Shout out to the Jabberwockies.
Yeah. Sacramento, Stockton, San Francisco.
Okay. Shout out to y'all.
I'm saying,
they could have made it to the Olympics. You know what I mean?
Yo, why weren't? Nah, think about it.
Because I'm not going to say she's the only one. There was a few breakdancers, so I was like, what is happening? And also, the Olympics will not be welcoming breaking back in 2028, by the way.
Breaking broke.
They like...
You broke breaking.
Now, a couple celebrities had some things to say. One was Adele, and they tried to put it in this article and be like, Adele was saying how it made her happy.
Is Adele Australian?
I don't think so. No, she's not. But she's into hip hop and breaking? Well, she was watching the Olympics. Probably in person.
So she's all like, oh, it made me happy to see something that I wasn't like. Why is Adele?
It was an article that was just talking about it, and they were pulling different quotes from people.
So they're just all like, hey, what do you think about the breaking part of the Olympics?
No, people tweet, people whatever. And so articles will then pull that and say one user tweeted, one blah, blah, blah. So they were talking
Adele
about...
tweeted on it.
They're talking about Adele. This is what they say. They say, Adele threw her support behind Ray Gunn and admitted the breaking routine made her very, very happy. That's what they start with.
Because she was like, was all like,
hold on,
oh,
wait.
She can do it.
No. Let me tell you the whole quote from Adele, okay? I can't work out if it was a joke, but either way, it has made me very, very happy. And me and my friends have been shitting ourselves laughing for nearly 24 hours. But I just wanted to know if you've seen it, she said in a recent show. So mind you, the quote starts with Adele threw her support behind Ray Gunn. Okay. And then that's what the quote was.
Wow.
So do you think that Ray Gunn felt supported when she heard that? Probably not.
The beginning part, she's all like, oh, here's one. Never mind. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
She's like, I can't work out if it was a joke. But either way, me and my friends have been shitting ourselves laughing for nearly 24 hours. Like, that's the support for Ray Gunn. And then they're like, Dr. Dre, however, seemingly blasted Ray Gunn without name dropping her. And Dr. Dre said, I did not like that. It's so many great breakdancers. I don't know why they had this particular person doing that. It was funny. I got some laughs out of it, but what the F? There are incredible breakdancers out right now. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, again, you have to qualify.
Right.
For the Olympics. So to qualify, I doubt that was what she did. I thought she qualified. And the thing that I saw her say was, how was I going to stand out with all these younger people or something like that with the physicality? So she decided to stand out with the creativity part.
T-Rex.
Kangaroo.
Oh.
I heard it was a kangaroo, not a T-Rex. Because that's how kangaroos jump. So she was probably all like, shut up, Aussie. Jackman.
Land down under. That's crazy. That I don't like. Did she practice that? And because she practiced for this, she trained. According to her, she worked her butt off.
I mean, again, to have a PhD in dance, regardless, there's got to be something going on there.
She has a coach.
She had a coach. Is the coach speaking and like being like, hey, it was me? Or are they like, I'm not sure how you got my info, but the only Ray Gunn I've got is a gun from Ray J.
Okay. This is the coach?
Are they black? Like, why are you saying like that?
Is this her husband? Because it says coach and partner.
South Park gonna eat this up. South Park gonna eat this up. Trey and them gonna have a ball.
The other part of me, I'm like, did other breakdancers know that this was a thing that they could try to qualify for?
I haven't seen, there's like a whole segment of breaking, of like the whole breaking of the Olympics. But this clip has overshadowed all of that. There's like other people competing, but people are only like, oh, it's only Ray Gunn. So, I mean, I felt like
great publicity. You know, one of my friends, because we've been talking about it on Instagram and sending each other all the clips that have been so funny. And she was like, she has to have known someone or be someone's daughter or like something. Like, how is she, you know?
Can we see the qualifying? Can we see the qualifying performance before we say all these things?
So then she texted me last night and was like, I think I was right about the breakdancing girl, which I didn't have time to research, but then I also saw a video of her saying that those allegations are false, which doesn't mean anything. And then she says, honestly, though, everyone's going to remember her. This is excellent marketing. And then she said, if I was New Balance, I would hire her and do a commercial, like, not the coolest shoe, but at least you know what you're getting. And I said, pitch it. New Balance, do it. And if you do it, I'm going to give you my friend's name because I don't know how she feels about me giving her business on the podcast. But Listen, if this goes somewhere, I will definitely credit her because I was like, that is great. She said, we're not the coolest, but at least you know what you're getting. And then she's just there doing the kangaroo. Like, you know what I mean? With the shoe on.
Was she wearing New Balances?
I don't know. But it's true. And I'm sure her feelings are hurt. I feel like she's probably crushed, right? Because she thought that she was a lot better than she really is.
Again, I feel like she took a chance. And she's all like, well, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. But what she didn't count on was how undefeated the internet is. Which is why she had that clip saying,
defeated.
Please stop harassing me. Leave my family alone. And it's
why do people do that when things happen? Like everyone's going to be like, you know what?
Yeah, that's going to ramp it up. It's going to ramp it up.
That reminds me of something happened with That's So Raven and her wife. And I think people were getting on her wife because she didn't like really know who Raven is, which is crazy because like, yeah, that's what a celebrity would like. So I don't know why people were getting on her for that. But they put out a video and Raven's sitting there and she's all, the death threats, she's talking to the camera. The death threats are ridiculous. For real, you guys need to cut it out. It's getting to, like, girl.
You just made yourself a meme. That's another meme right there.
What? It's like, why do people do that? Like, please just don't. The internet's going to do whatever they want to do. So you don't need to ask them to not, because you're just going to make it worse. You know what I mean? Look, because here we are making a video about it, making a podcast about it. So sorry, you know. I'm just sitting here. I move around. I'm very expressive. I can't just sit still.
You need to sit still with that dress on.
I can't. It's not in my DNA. I talk with my hands and my body and I reenact. I'm an actor. I am dramatic. Anyways.
You're an actress.
Actor, actress, whatever. Same thing, literally. But I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. I really, real life thought we were being trolled by Australia because I just couldn't believe. It was more, and it's not even so much the kangaroo. It's the more her floor work was like literally like her rolling on the floor.
You know what's funny is the other guy that was sitting there like, kind of like, you know, it's like, what is going on? What is going on?
Like,
I was like, oh wait, is this the guy she was like going against on the team? Because it's breaking and then you go out, no, and you go back and somebody else comes out.
That dude was fire.
So he was like sitting there like he was out like
Rachael, not you?
Like what?
He was fire.
So if anybody, he was like, am I getting punked at the
look?
Does Ashton come all the way out here?
I bet you he's Filipino.
That was her teammate?
Yes. And I was like, okay. So I don't know. It's just.
Where's his clip at?
You know what I'm saying? Overshadowed by the kangaroo. And the rolling on the floor.
Internet, undefeated. Because that's what they're going to grab onto. Whoa! And everybody's making memes and stuff like that. It's just like the Blake Lively movie. I don't know if you're following that drama.
I did not know there was drama with this. Please enlighten me. I want to see that movie. I will be waiting for it to come to TV, though. I'm not going to go pay.
Yeah, so the movie's out. And between like Blake and Ryan and then Justin, who's the actor, he also directed the movie.
Yes, and I was so shocked to see him like playing a role like that because he was in
Clouds, the other movies that he's made.
The show, the show he was in is what I like with Jane the Virgin. Jane the Virgin.
That is him. He like partners with nonprofits and things like that, and it's like the movie seems to be obviously about DV. I saw the trailer and it's all like, oh, that took a turn, and it's all like definitely. And it just seems like a difference in how they want to market the movie. And so my wife, she wants all the smoke on it. She's looking at it, and I'm all like, what are you watching? Like glued to it. She's watching all these things, and it's all this drama, and it's like it's being overshadowed like the impact that the movie can have, things like that, is being overshadowed by the drama, which is kind of like we're not even really talking about the movie itself anymore. Now we're talking about the differences between Blake Lively and Justin and how they're not marketing it together and they're marketing it different. And like we're talking about the behind the scenes drama. Talk about the drama on the screen.
Oh, because he's marketing it more like this is a domestic violence
film.
film.
It's serious. And then Blake was kind of like, making jokes about it. And it's all like, I mean,
well,
that's the America we live in, I guess.
So the trailer that comes on the big regular TV, you get that, right? It's showing them fall in love and he's so sweet. And then it shows him
other kind of trailer.
And then it shows him like get angry.
Yeah.
But then I've started seeing some clips on TikTok and it's more focusing on the friendship that she has with that girl. I don't know the actress's name, but I freaking love her. The one that plays her friend. It focuses more on their friendship and how they met in the flower shop that she owns and did it. And like, that's the only thing it talks about. So I could see how there's definitely some differences out there, but
the internet, again, is like all these things are talking about, latest in the drama. And the same thing with Don't Worry, Darling. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
With Hugh. I can't remember her full name. Pugh. What's her name? She's a great actress. She played Black Widow's little sister. I want to say Pugh Nightingale, but that's not her name.
We're just gonna take a little Google
She was in
break.
Oppenheimer. Okay.
We're just gonna take a little
her
Google
and
break.
Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles.
Oh, that one. Yes.
Right. And there was one of the Chris's was in there too.
Florence Pugh.
Yes. Good actress.
Wait, is that also a domestic violence movie?
No, but in that movie, Olivia Wilde, it was pretty much like her baby. It was her movie.
Oh,
and she was like dating Harry Styles.
Yes.
And it was all like Harry Styles really didn't seem in place in that movie. Like I felt like he didn't do bad, but to be with these other actors who did like amazing, it's all like, bro, like you didn't do horrible, but you didn't sell it as much as the other. Which I felt like, I don't know his background in acting. I know he's a singer.
He's a singer.
So I feel like that's his thing. And so when people were like, dude, it was originally supposed to be Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yes.
And it was like, it was like all this stuff. And it's like, dude, and of course
they're making Shia the villain.
It's like, you see it, right. And he was all like, bro, and he had receipts, which, that's why I'm a fan of receipts.
Yep.
But it's like you can see the drama off the screen ended up being more than the drama that was on the screen because like Harry Styles and people were like upset, like, dude, she's being all favoritism with Harry and why is he even here and da-da-da-da. People were talking about this like on set and all that drama seemed to be bigger than and then Chris Pine, like I don't even
so right. So then I'm like, so do people go see the movie just because, or do they just get enthralled in watching all the clips of the drama of look at how Chris Pine walked by her here because there were different clips like that. Look at how they're interacting. Oh, look at how Harry's doing this over here and this over here. Like it was crazy. I remember that. Yes.
I just remember I saw this after the fact, and then I was all like, "Oh, I could see this," because I'm watching the movie like I feel like they relied a lot on Harry, and they shouldn't have. Like if he was like the guy in the movie, and then it was like supporting actors that probably might have done better than him because he's not. You know what I mean? It's like, but Florence Pugh,
I feel like in addition
Chris Pine
to her dating him, he was pretty big at that time. Like,
yeah, but Florence Pugh.
And so, no, I get what you're saying.
And Olivia Wilde herself.
But I'm saying in her brain, she was like, oh, we're dating. He's big right now. I can maybe try to get some traction,
I think it was like.
She
should have got somebody on the level of Shia.
Shia LaBeouf is.
She should have got somebody on the level of Shia. Like Shia LaBeouf,
amazing.
Like his acting in Transformers, man. With the thing was on his arm, I was all like, my man is looking like he's in pain, and it's not even like you feel sorry for him, but it's so believable and it's so natural. It's like I believe it.
He's so good,
and I'm like, is anybody realizing the gravitas that he's bringing.
Nobody does except for us.
To like just the Transformers, just like his acting in this like comedic Bay. This is Michael Baygasm at his, at his best. But he's like Shia LaBeoufing the mess out of that Wiki character. Like, dude, like the parts that was dramatic, they got dramatic because it's Shy. I'm not like, bro, like Shia LaBeouf.
People don't look at that like that.
Shia LaBeouf got
We
chops.
should go watch movies together because we'll both look at it like that and be like, oh my gosh, we should do that.
What? And then like what? Record it?
I mean, sure. Or we could just hang out because we're also siblings outside of this podcast. But
whatever. I'm just wondering.
No, we can make
like,
it content. We can make everything
like how
in
are we
our
gonna profit off of us
about content.
hanging out
it's
together?
Totally fine.
Like,
we don't have to hang
doing?
out just because we're siblings.
Like,
Speaking of, we did go to a comedy show last night.
Oh yeah.
And it was fun. Funny. Some of them, but majority of them. I mean, I laughed at everyone, but I didn't belly laugh until like the last few, which that's how it's supposed to go. That's why you have your opener and your closer.
That's how it goes. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go, but that's how it goes. Which you got to get your feet wet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why you have your openers and
Because, wife, she was all like, so why was it like the first three were like the same and da-da-da? And I was like, well, according to Kevin Hart. And, the rest of the big ones.
Kevin Hart? Okay.
They're like, because Kevin Hart tells a story a lot. Because I watch Kevin Hart telling the story, then he tells a story, and it's like the other comedians pretty much be saying the same thing. And it's all like, you go out there and you try a joke out, and you got to see like what sticks, which is why they say don't bring your cameras and stuff like that, because it's not even like a finished joke. And now you're recording it and you're putting it out there before like I've perfected it. So that's why they collect phones and stuff like that. Because it's all like, yo, we're still trying to perfect stuff to see what like sticks to the wall and stuff like that.
Interesting. Yeah, when I went to see Joe Coy, you couldn't have your phones out. Like, no phones. He was funny. Joe Coy's funny.
Yeah, and also it's like you want your audience to come and like get the punchline. If they already know it, it kind of like takes it away. So I get it. You want it to be fresh. You want it to be new. And you're doing that material. I feel like people don't appreciate the work it takes to be a creative. It's like you're not going to work and then, hey, this is what you do.
Don't appreciate
you go into work and you're all like, okay, this is what I'm deciding what I'm going to do. And then that has to work and that has to be that. And then I have to do that again. So like the right brain people, like what it takes to do that and do it like repeatedly and to keep it fresh and to keep it new. It's all like, I think it's underrated. It's like, well, you're just talking on the microphone.
Yeah, people definitely don't appreciate it.
You're just really making believe and pretending. And it's all like, you know that you can't do that. And it's not easy. It's the same as if you were like doing construction or some kind of engineering. You know what I'm saying?
Comedians do have those jokes so they can redo. Like Angela Johnson, everybody's like, do the nail joke. I'm not sure if she still does it, but yeah. How do we end up on comedians? Where do we start with? The Olympics. How much time are we at?
We're at 30 minutes, but the first 15 was just me talking about the lack of your dress. So,
you know what? Something else with the Olympics. Jordan Chiles getting her medal taken away and given to this girl in Romania.
What?
The Romanian chick, her last name's Bagora or something like that, maybe. I really don't care to even Google it to be sure.
Racist.
No shade to her. She's kind of just catching a stray because it's trash that they even took her medal away, especially after it being like, actually, it wasn't time. They're like, well, we're not going to go back. So whatever. We're just going to give it to her. Like,
yes. So like what I heard was it was because of a score thing and the coach caught it, which they're like, it's what a good coach does. And then it's supposed to be 60 seconds. And what I've heard, it was 45 seconds, which there was still time, but they're not going to go back on it because I already made their decisions, what they're saying. Mm-hmm. And it's just all like, so you're telling me that she did all the work. She actually deserved the bronze. We have the proof. We have the receipts that says she actually deserved it.
Have the evidence.
But you're not going to give it to her. And I'm all like, this is what I'm talking about. Racism. You know what? And even if it's not, America is too racist for us. Even though it's Paris, it's all like, bro, racism is everywhere.
Oh, 100%.
And you got 1, 2, 3 dark brown skin black women. They're gonna be all like, "Oh, we gotta do something about this.
On
we gotta
top
do
of
something
that,
about this."
black women was just, it was just, they were all over, just dominating. It was beautiful. The track and field, oh my gosh, I was just seeing all the posts and I was just like, yes. And they were like, it's too much. So
yep, and this isn't.
So let's
just
target
America.
the light skin one.
It was like everywhere.
So we don't
around.
look so. Let's make it the light skin one so we don't look that.
Well, and somebody was talking about that, how it's like, dude, was bronze. I think it was Dominique Dawes, the OG, the OG. You know what I'm talking about? And she was like, they were asking her about it. She was like, you know, we're not even talking about the gold and the silver. We're talking about the bronze right now, which, like, no shade, but like this is overshadowing the moment. It was a moment there, and this is overshadowing the people, and it's like because it is controversial stuff, and it's again, internet undefeated.
Yeah,
the controversy is going to be like overshadowed. Like, oh no, that's great, that's a great moment in history. But did you hear this?
Right.
As I talk like we ain't got a show that's surrounded around tea.
Literally doing that. But it's true though, and it just sucks for Jordan, and it even sucks for the Romanian chick, because I highly doubt, as an athlete and someone who's super competitive, and I'm very competitive, and so I wouldn't be like, haha, I got it. I'd be like, that's how I'm getting it.
If it was like, if it stood that whatever the mistake was.
Right.
But because it's all like, oh, well, we're not going to go back on it. Then it's like,
right.
Dude,
it's like, I might as well not even have it.
It's like, come on, bro.
Like it's still not even mine.
I mean, it depends on the sponsorships and stuff like that comes with it. Because I mean, that's how I look at it. Olympics, going to the Olympics. It's like, okay, cool. Now, this is the caliber athlete you are. You will always be an Olympic medalist. So now,
an Olympic breakdancer.
You can leverage that to like take care of your family, right? I mean, that's the thing.
But also, let's look at that with this situation, because I was thinking about that. Is anyone gonna want to work with her, or are they gonna choose to work with Jordan? Because the majority of the public is on Jordan's side, and they're like, this is messed up. That shouldn't happen. You know, Jordan put out a statement and all that. So advertisers and whatnot, looking at the climate of it and how the internet works and how everybody gets riled up and whatnot, I feel like they're going to still be more inclined and more likely to want to work with Jordan than the other girl who now has the bronze, who shouldn't even have the bronze.
Who knows? Because officially she has it though.
Right. But how we're talking about how controversy and internet overshadows everything, I feel like officially is not going to matter that much unless there's like deals that are pre-contracted with the Olympics.
That's what I'm saying. It's like officially she has the medal. So the only medal that Jordan's going to have, unless they repeal it, is the one that Flavor Flav made her. Which, I mean, I don't know how much weight that's going to hold in different places, but the actual bronze medal is going to wait because it's the actual bronze medal from the actual Olympics.
For sure. It's literally going to hold the weight. But when it comes to advertising and wanting to capture people and all that stuff, I feel like advertisers would still want to go with Jordan because the majority of public is on her side, because why did her stuff get taken?
For now. But
yeah,
when the future is going to be all like, oh, in the history books, who was the bronze medalist? This was the bronze medalist winner. Oh, there might be a blurb about a controversy, but that's what she's going to be reduced to, a blurb, because historically the receipts, this is who we're holding up as the bronze medal. Oh, well, she's not in the picture. They're probably going to AI the picture. Who knows?
Probably.
Who knows? Actually, I was going to say that, but then they might be all like, we're going to AI the picture.
It's just, I just feel like there's always little reminders everywhere. It's like,
I do. And
don't get too high and mighty, nigga. Let me just remind you, you know?
And the crazy part is what I be saying, like, because people are going to be all like, oh, well, it has nothing to do with race. It may not have anything to do with race.
Right.
But because racism is so prominently displayed, it's like, well, it's difficult not to see it. I mean, at least for me, it's difficult to see. Some people be all like, I don't see race. It's all like, okay, all right. But it's difficult not to see it because of the history of the country and the history of racism and tonism and colorism, all of those isms surrounded around physical appearance everywhere in the world. So it's kind of hard not to see it, how it's all like, oh, it was a moment, and then now that moment is being foreshadowed by controversy.
Yeah, there was something else. I didn't get a chance to look it up, but maybe you heard of it. Because if you notice, there were a couple ladies who dropped out of the race for track and field. And there was something else going on.
Drugs?
No. And people were leaving comments like, oh, they're probably trying to low-key make a stance. Because apparently the entrance, they changed something at the last minute where you enter, where you do something. And they didn't tell, I think, Sha'Carri Richardson and a few other of the black athletes about it. And so they almost...
That happened before. That legit happened. There was I have to look the guy up. But there was a guy
to find it,
who would have won for sure, but he was told the wrong place to go. And because he wasn't there in time, he wasn't able to compete. And he was like, his speed and his record and stuff like that, he was like up there. And he wasn't told the right place. And he ended up missing out. His attitude about it is great because he's like, things happen, but it's like there's no doubt that he would have been an Olympic medalist, and he was black. And it's like back in the day, maybe around Jesse Owens. It's around the Jesse Owens time.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have like won. Like everybody who knows about it, it's all like, oh, dude, yeah, he definitely would have been in there, but he wasn't told the right stuff. It was sort of a mistake. And he doesn't even look at it as like, I don't even think he looked at it as being like racism. He was all like, just some, things just happen sometimes. And it's like, dang, that's crazy. He trained, he did everything, and he was ready. And it was, oh, sorry, you missed it. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's why I just love this, like, I don't give a F, super confident, saying what I want to say era that Simone Biles is in. Because she's just been like, I love it.
What she been saying?
Just all her TikToks, like the one with her eating the medal, the one with her tweeting, I love my black job. Like their team just making all these TikToks like, oh, I wonder what it would be like if I would never win. I guess I'll never know. That one with Kanye. They're just out there like, and I love it. I love that for her. Yeah.
I wonder if people are like,
it's like all this.
They do like their black jobs. See what Simone said?
100%. At least 3. There's at least 3 people out there.
Like, see, so why is everybody upset?
At least 3 people out there.
They love their black jobs. Her and Amber Rose.
Danielle just posted that too. Danielle Truitt, because she started filming for season 5 of Law and Order again. She's like, first day back on my black job. But you
should have worn that sash.
Not mom trying to give me a shawl at the end
of yeah, you should have worn that shawl
at the end of the episode.
Because nobody's been looking at me this entire episode.
Over. Nobody's ever looking at you any episode, baby. With me over here, please. They always
That's okay.
looking.
I'm gonna edit it. No close-ups for you this episode.
They always looking over here.
It's just gonna be me, us, me, us, me, us.
Anywho, thank you for tuning in for our Olympic tea that led into comedian tea that led back into Olympic tea that also led to Shia LaBeouf tea. Just thanks for being here. Make sure you engage with us in the comments. We like that. We have a few we might be coming to respond to soon. Somebody hates that I rub my feet sometimes. Don't care. I'm going to continue to rub them. I like to rub my feet so they're warm.
I'm assuming that the feet are clean, so I don't have a problem with that.
Very much so, because I definitely wash my feet. No, but give us all your comments. We want all of them, don't hold back. And also subscribe.
If we're talking about comments, somebody commented.
But that could be a whole episode. Let's not get into that right now.
Something that I already addressed.
Save it.
I'll say this. If you comment on something,
save it.
You should go and watch every episode to see if we addressed it. Because we probably already addressed it. So go watch every single episode. And then comment.
I mean, you addressed it in passing. We could definitely deep dive that, and I want to, but I want to have a guest on when we do it. So just.
But make sure you watch every single episode.
But also watch every single episode so you're caught up, so you're ready for that. Also, we are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on X. We are on TikTok. Okay? DeuceZ Pod on all things. And you can subscribe to hear this podcast if you don't want to look at us, which I highly doubt you don't want to because
she's wearing that dress.
You can get the podcast on iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Audible, wherever you get your podcast, we will be there.
Subscribe.
Okay?
Subscribe.
Again, thank you for tuning in. And should we say
DeuceZ? Like the top of your dress said.
It took everything in me not to grab my dress and shake me. But I'm not going to do that to you.